We got a very special next guest here as we welcome in our friend, former three-time Syracuse captain, current captain of the Indianapolis Colts. We got our guy Zaire Franklin with us. Z, what's up, my friend? So great to hear you today.
Yes, sir. B. Higgins, thank you for having me on.
All right, man. You've had, I don't know if anyone on earth has had a busier last month than you here. What did you do? You're making draft picks. You were here coaching the spring game. Oh, by the by, you got married. Congrats, by the way. How was your April here? Anything you didn't do in April?
I mean, I experienced an earthquake, a solar eclipse. I was a busy man, but glad to be, feet on land, back in the building, just working with the guys, getting better, man. That always feels the best.
Oh yeah. We can't leave out the earthquake and the solar eclipse too. I guess we all had that going on top of it. All right, I want to take you back to the spring game here a few weeks ago. I know Fran Brown has made it quite a big policy, right? He wants alums, back in the building, back around the program. What was it like for you to get back up here and see what was going on with your old program right now?
Man, it was special. Honestly, I really, just first off, just appreciated the opportunity, just to really be, that close and, just kind of really with the guys. I feel like just as a former teammate, former player, that's all I really want to do is just be with the guys. So, but it was great, man. It was weird, being back on campus for so long. I'm really in a concerned alumni now. I'm looking at all the different changes to the university, to the complex, and I'm a big that wasn't like this when I was here. Well, when I was here, I caught myself being that guy, and I was a little disappointed in myself. I'm in Manly's looking for Syracuse gear for my son. I'm like, this is what getting growing up feels like, huh? But it was cool being back, man. I really enjoyed it. It was a good experience.
All right, now you're old like the rest of us here, Z. But what did you notice? Right, like you're looking around. There's literally your old building at Manly's under construction. There's stuff going on everywhere. The dome literally looks different than when you played in it. What was it like literally taking in a different looking campus than the one you played on?
Man, first of all, shout out to John A. Lally. I told him, that's definitely the most baller thing I ever met from, to meet somebody whose name is actively being built on the side of a building. I'm like, that's the next level. So definitely shout out to Lally and the Lally Foundation. But, man, even just being in the dome, that was just special, My last time in there, just was when I played, and I never seeing the JMA dome and the new lights and all the different, stuff that's going on in there. It's an exciting time to be in Syracuse, man. I was just, I was proud. I was a proud alumni. That's how I put it.
There was a lot of you right back at the spring game this weekend. Like, how many, old teammates, older alums and whatnot, how many guys were there? How many guys did you get to interact with? And what I guess is the vibe amongst you guys as alums of this program about what's going on right now with Fran?
Oh, man, it was, well, first of all, I thought that was great to just have, it's always great when you just got guys, it was alumni that was there from the 80s, guys that, I wasn't familiar with, that I was meeting and learning about for the first time, that I was thankful for, getting in a bump into, like, Dyshawn Davis, who was a senior when I was a freshman, who was big on my, when I was playing on my mentorship, him and Cam Lynch, obviously, all the way up to, young Andre Cisco, who, we literally just missed each other. I was training for the draft when he enrolled early as a freshman. So we met a little bit when he was at spring practice, but I wasn't on the team anymore. Fast forward, 3 years or so now, I play him twice a year because he's with Jacksonville, and I've lost to him about 4 times in a row, and he kept bringing it up every 3 seasons. So, that was kind of interesting. But, no, it was great. Shout out to, Bergeron, Big Berg, he came back in. Even Garrett Williams, obviously those guys are fresh from the team. So it was great to see, like, just that much alumni around, man. I think that just, obviously credit to Fran and just kind of where the program is right now. It's always great when you got guys coming back and supporting because that helps everybody. We all want to be proud of our universities because we represent them and just letting them know that they represent us. And, as long as we all, got each other's back, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm not shocked that Dre was talking to you on that a little bit with the Jags. Unfortunately, actually. Trey's not afraid to let you know a little bit. He's had a great start to his career with Jacksonville. We got Zaire Franklin with us. You know, just watching spring ball this year, like if you showed up for a practice or whatever, like there's 8 million recruits walking around. There's alums all over the place. How different, I guess, is that aspect to see, like the volume of people just around whatever is going on a given day?
Man, it was a lot. I've never really seen anything like that, you know, just to really have, you know, that recruit, and especially for a spring game. And I was telling, I'm like, man, first of all, shout out to Orange Nation, Cute Nation. I'm like, man, it was just the amount of energy and just the motion that Syracuse has right now. Man, I just commended Fran just for, you know, being able to energize that and result that, you know, getting big commitments on that weekend. I was like, man, it was more people at that spring game than there's been at actual games that I played in, you know. So that was just kind of interesting to see too. But like I said, I think they're doing a great job, and the program is moving in the right direction so far.
You know, as we got Zaire Franklin with us, like the sense I get here, Z, is, you know, we hear Fran talk, we see the results in recruiting, we talk to the players that play for him and like why they ended up in here. Like the dots start connecting, right, of why like he is good at that. Like in you getting to talk to Fran, like that, does it hit you right of like how he is able to interact with, you know, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids out there making these decisions today?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, Fran, you know, he's from Camden, New Jersey, so that's like, you know, about 40 minutes where I'm from, right across the bridge. Very similar places, very similar backgrounds. And I think Fran just tries to connect from, you know, a place of realness about just being, you know, authentic about who he is, and, you know, just trying to, you know, be honest and brutally honest with his kids about, A, what he expects from them, and B, you know, what he wants not only from himself but from the program that he's been placed in charge of leading. So I feel like that's something. I feel like going through recruiting, I'm not a big recruiting person, to be honest with you. Like, I hated it when I was going through it, which is really why I committed early. I just didn't want to deal with it. But the one thing I will say about the whole process is, you know, all the people who fall for the fluff and the lights and the shows, those are the people who are not going to really stick with you. And the people who are showing you that stuff is not the people who's going to stick with you. It's the people who are being honest with you, who are being upfront with you, who are being real with you. And those are the people that you want to still build those relationships with. Like, I still have a real relationship with Clark Lee to this day. You know, obviously we both have busy schedules and stuff like that too, but I know if I ever needed or I needed to call him, he would answer. And he know if he ever needed me and he needed to call me, I would answer. And that was a relationship that was built when I was 16, you know, and that was years ago now.
Yeah, hey, Clark was one of those great guys out there, and it sounds like, you know, Fran's one of those guys for the kids that are coming up now. It's exciting to watch here, watch it all go down. And, you know, they released a little mic'd up thing with you from the spring game the other day. It was kind of cool to see you coaching these guys up. What was it like actually getting to talk a little football with the guys on the team right now?
Man, the crazy thing is, though, like, that's really just how I talk. I really think I throw a lot of people off with how much, like, I enjoy talking football and enjoy just, like, the nuances of the game. Obviously, Marlo Wax is a great young player, and I think he has a bright future ahead of him. So, you know, just trying to talk to him, pick his brain about what he's seeing, how he's learning the game, and just try to give him a few nuggets at a time as I could, him and Jay Barron, just about, you know, trying to help them be better ball players. Like, I feel like that's all I ever wanted. When I was on the team, I just wanted to know that the guys that were in the NFL, that were living my dream, that were doing the things that I was working towards and doing the things that I wanted to eventually do, just wanted to know, A, that they loved the guys and they supported the team, and I wanted them to come back and have real conversations, talk to them really about, you know, different situations that you dealt with, whether it's family, whether it's money, or more importantly, how to be a better football player. Because at the end of the day, we all trying to be the best versions of ourselves. So, like, anything that I can ever do to try to give back to them and help them be better is what I'm going to do. So I'm just thankful, like I said, I'm just thankful I had the opportunity to really be in the fire with them a little bit and help, you know, try to give them a couple nuggets, and hopefully it helps them in the long run.
Yeah, and imagine, Z, like, if they're not listening to you, like, what are they doing? I mean, you're a guy that's a seventh-round pick. You kind of said it right when you were making the pick for the Colts of the draft. Like, hey, man, I'm not even supposed to be here. And here you are getting into your seventh year in the league. And with a nice contract to go with that in the offseason. How much does that hit you as you go through it real time that, man, you're still out there doing this thing?
Man, it's just one of those things where it's just like, you know, I'm obviously thankful for the journey. I'm obviously thankful for everything that I've went through, good or bad. But, you I don't know. I just feel like my story's being written. As much as I'm thankful and I'm proud of all the things that I've achieved, I just know I still got much more to go. But I'm thankful I got my family with me. Thankful, always keeping God first and all that other stuff. So it does hit me at certain moments like that, though. Like at the draft, it was kind of crazy because I'm just here and I'm like the people that I'm in the rooms with, the people that I'm like interacting with, and just the whole experience was just kind of a little bit of a full circle moment of like, man, like this is what hard work gets you. This is what believing in yourself gets you. This is what, taking those risks to, try to become the person that you want to be gets you. So it just kind of validated a lot of stuff that I had done in the past and just motivated me to, keep building it and trying to do more.
What was it like actually literally walking out on that stage to make the pick? There was a lot of people there, like a shocking amount of people there for the draft.
Yeah, it was about 250 plus on that stage. It was crazy. 250,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy out there. But I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was. I mean, when it's 250,000 people, the worst thing you want to do is like trip. You know what I mean? or stutter. You feel me? That's always the crazy thing. But at the same time, I don't know. You just gotta go up there and be yourself. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I was trying to do. My Paris Bennett, I kicked it with Paris Bennett the whole time. He's from Detroit, and I've been picking his brain about Detroit since we met back in 2014. So I'm very well versed in the Detroit lingo, and I know his parents and all that stuff. So I felt comfortable. So I was just glad that Detroit and everybody received me well. So.
There you go. The old Syracuse connection and linebacker helping you out in your time in Detroit. All right, just a few more things here for you, Z, as I know you got stuff going on today. What are the Colts looking like? I know you drafted the young quarterback last year, and Anthony Richardson unfortunately got hurt going on or early in the season last year. Well, what's it like here? You got your QB going in year 2. You got kind of a young team growing up around him. How are vibes in Colts land right now?
Man, vibes are high, man. The team is, young but hungry, working really hard. I think we did great in the draft. Shout out to Chris Ballard, our GM. I think he did a great job of adding more young talent to an already young and hungry locker room. If I was a young guy, it would be tough. It's just a tough roster to make this year. Like I said, we got a lot of guys that have played a lot of ball, made a lot of plays. But look, we still feel extremely underrated, extremely underappreciated in this league. Everybody wants to talk about all those other guys. But just like every other year, we're going to go out there and prove something. You
got to feel good on D. Like, you guys drafted the top defensive guy in the draft in Latu. You got him with you this year.
Oh, no question. I mean, I'm just like I said, I'm thankful he on our side. Our defensive line was top 5 in the NFL in sacks last year already, and you add in an athlete like Latu. Man, it's special. That D line is looking real crazy. I think they got a chance to be the best unit in the league this year.
Awesome, Z. All right, Z, man. Always great to chat with you. Best of success going forward. I'm sure we'll talk again down the line, my friend.
All right, appreciate you being here.
There he is.